All right, recording we are. Okay, so at the top of your page, let's go ahead and we're going to write, oops, I meant to write prime and composite. I'm actually using a real pen. Composite and prime. Well, it's going to be a little backwards today. I'm going to throw this over right here. I think if you want to go ahead and just hit pause and take care of your table of contents.
Can I say hi?
Nope, I would prefer you not. All right, go ahead and hit pause and make sure you have that written down. All right, so we are going to be talking about prime and composite numbers today. Everybody take a second to mark that down. Turn to your next blank page. Make sure, guys, that you are keeping up with your page numbers. Okay? Alright. One thing that I want to make sure you guys understand is that what we are learning today is very important. This should sound somewhat familiar, but you're probably going to be learning something new today. It is something that you will use all the way through high school. As a matter of fact, I helped my daughter with her 6th grade math last night, and we used these exact skills already in her 6th grade math. I used them when I taught 7th grade, and I have used them for Algebra 1 all the way up through Algebra 2. Okay, so get your thinking caps on and let's pay attention. Remember that if there is something and you don't understand it the first time, that's A-okay. Sometimes you might have to hear it more than once. What is not okay is if you act crazy and go, "What?" Which you know darn well I hate. Okay. All right, so the first word that I want to introduce to you today that may or may not be familiar to you is the word multiples. All right, so go ahead and write down the word multiple. I'm going to give you the definition and then an example so that you can see what multiples mean in math terms. So if you don't understand the definition at first, that's okay. We will show you in math. You're dying?
I can't see that.
Why not?
It's like blurry.
It's blurry?
Very blurry. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Now it is. Now it is not. Now it's not blurry.
Is that better?
To me, back there.
Okay, well, Alright, guys, so multiples is going to be a list of numbers where the number is added on each time. Okay, if that doesn't make sense to you yet, go ahead and just write it down for me. I'll try a darker color too to make sure. Can everybody see? We good? All right. If we do get to a point, guys, where I think my screen is pretty much going to match what's up here, but if I need to pull up or something, just gently let me know since my back is turned to it, okay? All right, so we're going to have a list of numbers where the number is added on each time. Finish writing that down, and we'll keep going. Okay, and if you're listening to this video, remember that you can pause at any point if you need longer to write.
How do you make it where? Oh. I was confused for a minute. It wouldn't go like up again. I don't want to lose the.
Everybody good?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
You just copy off of these.
All right. So an example of what multiples look like. This should look very familiar. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. These are multiples of what number? 2. These are examples of multiple of 2. So we start with the number, and we add 2, we get 4. We add 2, we get 6. We add 2, we get 8. Now, you can also think of multiples through multiplication. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. Are y'all with me? Some of you may, if I say, okay, what is 2 times 9, you may go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. You may hold up fingers and count those out. 2 times 9 is 18. So you can use them for multiplication facts. Hopefully you don't need to. But if you do what you got to do. But I can tell you, this lesson is going to be a prime example of why your teachers have pushed you and pushed you and pushed you to memorize your multiplication facts. Okay? You probably figured it out pretty early in division as well, that a lot of math is just harder if you don't have those facts ready to go. Okay? They weren't lying to you. That you really do need them. And you will use them all the way through your senior year. Senior math, you will use multiplication facts. You will use them in real math, in real life, forever and ever. Any questions about what a multiple is? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. In the middle, if it sounds familiar but you're not sure, or thumbs down if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. If you have your thumb down, I'm going to have to be very upset with you. Those are my darlings. What are the multiples of 4? Let's say them together. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So again, we just add 4. Add 4, add 4, add 4. Okay, do you understand that definition? List of numbers where the number is added on each time. Okay?
Expand.
Yeah.
So if I do 9s, I put up my fingers, and if it's like 9 times 4, I put my fourth finger down and it's 36.
Right. There's lots of tricks for multiplication facts, for sure.
Yeah, it's so easy to do.
All right. So, make sure those are written down. Uh-oh. My pen is starting to die. All right. Now, the next thing that you're going to hear from now until kingdom come is going to be this word, common. Right? And then we're going to talk about common multiples. Common multiples. So, hang in there for a second and let me get you a definition. Common multiples are going to be multiples 2 or more numbers share. Okay? It doesn't make sense yet, but it will. Go ahead and write that down, and then I'm going to give you an example. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some different numbers. So, let's start with 3, and I'm going to write down some multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay?
Some of us can't see.
Why not? Why can't you see? Who can't see? No good?
She's been saying she can't.
Eden, you can't see? Why not?
You
can't read the board?
She can
Look at me. You cannot see the board. You cannot read what's up there, or what's the problem?
Oh, it's really dark.
It's blurry to you. Okay, go ahead and try to come sit right here, and let's see if it helps.
That angle is...
Now you gotta have to not talk. Which one?
That one.
The one that's up here? Yeah, Allison, you want to turn that lamp off and see if that helps? I mean, it's always on usually, so I don't know why it would be any different, but we can try it. If it helps, then great.
Oh, which way do you turn it?
Just twist it to the left, I think.
Anyways.
You might have to do it more than once. Or to the right. I mean, if you're like twisting, then it might be.
I can try.
Oh, there we go. All right, let's try that. Okay, so make sure you have your multiples of 3 written down. Now let's write down multiples of 9. So I'll have 9, 18, 20, what? 7, 35. Oh, who said 36? Jacob. Oh, he's right. Jacob, you demand. Yes, he is right. 45. And what, 64?
54.
54. 9 times 6, 54. Okay, so make sure you get those written down.
Wait, we're doing 9s?
Yes, ma'am. That's what's right there on the board, you little angel.
Sorry. 9, 15, 27, 36, 40, 45. Hi, Isaac.
Nope.
54. 60.
Now, if in this, it might ask you what are the common multiples of 3 and 9. So we set the multiples where the list of numbers, right, where we just add that number on, 3, 6, 9, 12, 9, 18, 27, etc. So the common multiples are going to be the multiples that they share. So if I take a look at the multiples of 3 and the multiples of 9, which is the first number that you notice they have in common?
9.
Somebody said 9. So I've got a 9 here and a 9 here. So as I go through, I see 12, no. 15, no. 18, yes. So the common multiples of 9 and 3 would be 9 and 18. Now, they might have more, okay? But for, the sake of time, these are going to be the common multiples that 3 and 9 share. Yes, ma'am.
I went way past 54.
Okay.
I did 63, 72, and 81.
Any questions about that?
Me? I don't.
Anybody? Questions about that? All right. So, no questions on that then. Let's go ahead and... Yes, of course. We're going to go ahead and move into prime and composite numbers. So, prime numbers. Okay. So when we have to decide if a number is prime or composite, there's a very short list of requirements that we can look at to decide. It's pretty easy to figure them out, honestly, when you get used to it. Okay, so the first thing for a prime number is it's got to be greater than 1. Greater than the number 1. Y'all stop playing with those necklaces and right. We're up here so we can see, right? All right, so first thing we know about our prime numbers is that they have to be greater than 1. Now the next two things are going to kind of mean the same thing, but I'm going to tell you both of them, all right?
Is it kind of like Amazon Prime? Or?
Nope, it has nothing to do with Amazon Prime. All right, now prime numbers are only divisible by 1 and itself. If that doesn't make sense yet, that's okay. I will show you and explain it to you.
She's a princess.
She is a princess. Girl, that's a black queen. What are you talking about? Look at her.
What?
Tutu, where's your tiara? Please. Y'all better figure it out.
Where's your tutu?
I'm not cool enough for a tutu, honey. Oh, I look forward to it. All right, so... Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm recording. That's great. All right. So, yeah, no, you're good. You're good. The parents are going to be like, what on earth? Okay. So, the third thing about prime numbers, when we're trying to figure out what's what, is a prime number will only have 2 factors. So, I'm going to kind of tie these two together. So, though the middle and my last explanation, they kind of go together, but first I need to know if anybody can raise your hand and tell me what is a factor. Let's define that word. Ashton.
Kind of like what you make.
Something that you make, okay. Now it's a math term, it's academic language, so I'm looking for something mathy, right?
Oh.
Mr. Lozano? It's a number in the problem. What number in the problem, though? Is it the answer? Is it... Yes. So if you, let's just put like our note to ourselves here. Factors are the numbers being multiplied. Okay. So we'll just do a little refresher there. Anytime we're asked about factors, those are the numbers that are being multiplied to make a number. If 3 times 7 is 21, the factors are 3 and 7. 4 times 5 makes 20. The factors are 4 and 5. Okay? They are the numbers that are being multiplied. Okay? Make sure that you have that down as well. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This comma right here?
No, that's a number sign. Like a hashtag.
Yeah, but in between it, do we put a comma?
Oh, it's like an apostrophe. Like numbers being multiplied. Yeah.
Oh, I meant a hashtag.
All right. So, again, let's take a look at the definition of prime numbers. Ladies, have a seat. So, a prime number must be greater than 1. It is only divisible by 1 in itself. So if something is divisible, that means the number divides into it evenly. So a prime number is only divisible by 1 in itself. So it's not going to be divisible by a 2 and a 4. Okay? It will only 1 and only itself can go into this number evenly. And that means that it only has 2 factors or 2 numbers that will multiply to make the number. 1 and itself. So hold on to that for a second. Can anyone think of a number that can only be multiplied by 1 in itself? That only has 2 factors.
Yeah.
Ashton?
10.
10. Now, well, let's look at 10. Here's the thing about factoring. So I want to go ahead and show you. I'm going to move this up a little bit. All right. So when you are listing factors for a number,
Do we write that?
yes. So when I write, you write. Okay. So go ahead. Yes. Write this. This is very important. I want you to pay attention. Now again, we are talking about factors or numbers I can multiply to make my number. These are not multiples. Multiples are where I list the number and add it on as I go. So if I wanted to name all the factors of 10, that means all of these numbers can divide into 10 evenly. And I can multiply the numbers together to make 10. So when I go to list my factors, I'm going to write my 10. I'm going to draw a line under it. Y'all better too. And I'm going to start with 1. I know that 1 times what will give me 10? 10. 1 times 10 equals 10. I am now going to continue to go down my line of numbers until I get through all of them, like up to 9. At least through 9. What's wrong? Just rip it out. There you go. Now, my next question is, will 10 divide into, will 2 divide into 10 evenly?
Yes.
It will. So 2 times what gives me 10? 5. Now, what I would continue to do here is go down the numbers, continue to go through the numbers and say, will they go into the number? Will they go into the number? What I am building are all the factors of 10. Now, I will tell you that these numbers will go in order. Watch me. Watch up here. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up and around like a U. Okay? And when I do that, if I have all my factors, they should be in order. So the factors of 10 should be 1, 2, 5, and 10. The question for you will be, when are you done? How do you know you have them all? Okay, go ahead and write those down and let's talk about that. It is, but I'm going to show you. Just write it down.
I think the reason why it's wrong is because you can't get 3 into 10. You can't get 3.
You can or can't?
No, you can't get something.
So 3 is not a multiple. It's not a factor then, right? Mm-hmm. All right, take a look at this list that we've made. So I was saying, okay, I'm going to start with 1. 1 went into 10 times, right? 2 times 5 gives me 10. Next up, I would have looked at 3. Now, one reason that I know that I'm done before I even get to the 3 is because I have 2 and 5 here. Now, I told you that if I go down and around, that should give me all of my factors in a row, from least to greatest. So if I'm at 2 and then I went to 5, that leaves 3 and 4 in between. So I could just stop and say, okay, will 3 go into 10 evenly?
No.
Well, 3 times 3 is 9, right? So no. 4 times 2 is 8. So no. So I am, in fact, done because now I'm at 5. And then I'm at 10. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
So when I look at these numbers starting here on the left and going all the way around up and up, those are all my factors that I need. Now, it is okay if right now you're looking at that going, I'm in the middle. I kind of get what you're saying, but I'm not positive about it. So go ahead, give me a thumbs up if you're with me in the middle, if you're getting there, or a thumbs down if you have no clue what's happening. Okay. Okay. I don't know, girl. Just throw it on the floor. I swear y'all act like this is y'all bedroom. It's crazy. How many clothes end up on the floor in here?
Can I turn?
Some of you with your thumbs down got bad attitudes. Just kidding. Okay, so I listed my factors here of 10 as 1, 2, 5, and 10. Now, let's get back. Hold on to that, and we're going to talk about how to do this some more. All right? Ashton, what's your question?
Can I turn that fan off? It's really cold.
It's actually air purifier. Do you want to just push it that way? Because the cold is coming out of the vents, probably.
What's air?
It helps make the air less stinky because we have critters in here. But if it is actually blowing directly on you for sure, go ahead and you turn it off. Yeah. But they started getting kind of stinky, so Miss Lane loaned us that. It helps clean, makes the air smell better. Jordan, you need to go? Yeah. All right. So, is this number, Whitney, just sit down, do some sheets or read. Is this number prime? Let's get back to what we were doing. We took a little side note, right? We took a little detour, but what I asked was, can you think of a number that's prime? And we said, what about 10? So we checked it. But is 10 prime?
No.
It's not, because look at, again, it's greater. It is greater than 1, so check, right? But then notice what our next two requirements are. Only divisible by 1 in itself. That would mean this, guys, 1 and 10. So when it only has 1 and itself as the two factors, only have two factors, then it is prime. Because we could also say that 2 times 5 is 10. That makes it composite. So this is not prime. Okay? It's not prime. Well, we're going to look at some more examples. So, this one is not prime. It has too many factors. So, let me throw out some numbers, and let's look at the factors of them. Okay? Let's look at some numbers that actually are prime. Are you ready? 3. What numbers can multiply to make 3?
1.
1 and
2.
Oh,
Ew,
1 times
5.
2 is 2.
5.
1 times 5 is 5.
Oh.
I need two numbers that multiply to make 3. There's only 1 and 3. 3 is prime. This is prime. Boom. Done. Prime. What about the number 5, though?
Is it because it's an odd number?
Nope. It's because it can only be divided by 1 and 3 evenly. There are no other numbers that can divide into it evenly or multiply to make it. Yep.
So a prime number is a number where only one number can be divided to make that number. I mean, multiplied to make that number.
1 in itself, yes.
Oh, okay, so that's what a prime number
Yep.
is.
But you can get 5 by 2 times 3.
Honey, when I am making 3, 3 is my answer.
Yeah, I'm talking
1 times 3 equals 3.
Yeah, I'm talking about the 5 though. That you can get 2 times.
The only numbers that I can multiply 1 times 5.
And then 2 times 3.
2 times 3 is 6.
Oh, I'm thinking of plus.
So you're already too big. So 3 is definitely not going to work, right? Are you guys? Are you with me right now?
Yes.
Teo, did you have a question? I saw your hand.
So you're saying like prime numbers are pretty much numbers that can't be used. Prime numbers are just like numbers that's like can only be used by one to make that number.
Yes. You can only multiply them by 1. Nothing else will multiply to make that number. Absolutely. Hannah, question.
What about
1 is its own special number. It's like a special gray area number. That's why we say for prime and composite, they have to be greater than 1. Like 1 doesn't count. Good question. Very good question. Sassafras.
I was gonna say 1 for 5.
Yes. So what about 7?
Yeah.
1 times 7 is anything else multiplied to equal 7.
Yes.
What?
Oh.
Wait, so it can't be an even number?
It has nothing to do with even or odd.
Oh,
So
but
how
why
about
though?
9?
9 can be multiplied by 1 times 9. 2 does not go into 9 because it has to be even, right? What about 3? 3, 6, 9. That one is 3 times 3, so this one is not prime.
Oh, so
Okay.
that is not.
It is not prime. Prime can only be divisible or divided evenly by 1 in itself. It only has 2 factors, 1 times itself. Nothing else goes into it. Hannah.
Oh, this is prime number is basically, so you have a number and then the answer is
The number.
the number and
Yep.
you have to have something else, like multiply by that number, but you can't have more than one fact, or more than one product that equals that number.
More than one factor.
Yeah.
More than 2 factors, yeah. So 1 and the number are the only factors, the only 2 numbers that should multiply to make it. I heard somebody say, what about 6? So we've got 1 times 6, but we also have, now remember, if I'm doing my factors, I will go to the next. Will 2 go into 6? It sure will. 2 times 3. So 6 is not prime. It has 4 factors. Okay? It has 4 numbers that can be multiplied to make it. So again, numbers that only have 1 in itself, like 11.
11.
The number 11 is 1 times 11. Will any other numbers multiply to make 11?
Yes.
Okay, walk through it. So now we know a number is divisible by 2 if it's even. Okay?
3:15.
There are other shortcuts like for 3s and 4s and 5s that we will get into. I have a note to print some of those out for you that will help you know if numbers can be divided by other numbers. But 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12, so 3 won't make 11. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. It doesn't work. If 5 can make a number, that number has to end in 0 or 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Y'all hear the 0 and the 5 at the end. 6 times 2 is 12. So no other numbers are going to make 11. 11 is prime. Give me a thumbs up if you're understanding prime. In the middle, if you're getting there, you're holding on to it. You'd like to do it some more. Thumbs down if you've no clue what is happening right now.
I'm gonna do a lot.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Miles. Okay. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Some of your attitudes. Thank you, Ashton. I'm like, get your thumb up. Are you crazy? Okay, so, hey, listen, if you're not like holding on to it right now going, we are the champions, it's okay. We're going to practice it and practice it. We don't have to like be an expert. Y'all know this. We're going to do it. We're going to have an assignment. We're going to have a quiz. We're going to work it. It'll be okay. I'm going to put it in IXL for you. You're going to see this over and over and over. It will be okay. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Who needs 30 seconds to finish this up? Make it 30.
Wait, I have a question.
Question.
Could let me think of a number that could work. 13 work?
13 is prime.
It is?
1 and 13. It's not even. 2 won't go in it. It's not a multiple of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4, 8, 12. 5, 10, 15, right? When you think through those multiples, that helps you get there fast too. 6, 12, 18. Doesn't make 13. And you're out. And it does feel like it's mostly odd numbers.
Oh,
But is there any even numbers that would do it?
13 is an even number, but...
It's not. 12 is even. 13's odd.
Oh, yeah, because 3.
Mm-hmm.
No, but is there any even numbers? No.
Not that I can think of.
So it's mostly just odd numbers.
Yeah. But it's not every odd number.
Oh, like
one work?
9.
Like 9 is an odd number and it's composite.
Oh, so most.
2 could work.
Question. I'm sorry, Whitney.
I think an example of a prime number.
Okay, what is it?
11.
11 is a great example of a prime number.
Age that I'm about to be.
Boom!
What about
Go Whitney. Go Whitney.
What about 2?
2 is a prime number. All right, let's talk about. I'm sorry? When's what? Whitney, when's your birthday?
February 5th.
February 5th. All right.
February 8th is 3.
All right, so let's talk about composite numbers. I think if you understand prime numbers, you're going to understand composite numbers, okay? But let's go ahead. We're just going to take a quick peek at them. For the most part, other than 1, if you're not prime, you are composite. But for composite numbers, these are your requirements. Again, you've got to be greater than 1. Gots to be. If you're not, you're out. You're not in the club. Composite numbers also must have more than how many factors?
2.
2 factors. Got to have more than 2 factors.
This is probably my favorite lesson we've done.
Good.
Same. I like prime numbers now.
Yeah, once you understand math is fun. When you don't
It's
understand it, it's rough.
I don't understand that.
You do too. I've taught you enough math.
If
What are you
you
talking
know
about,
1
Taylor?
plus 1, then you
Get
understand math.
down on the floor, muttering to yourself. Crazy. All right, y'all write that down. Finish. Ashton, don't be talking to people when you're not done, and we're going to be waiting on you, girl. I'm going to call you out in front of all your friends. Okay. But I do it with love. Only love in my heart.
Wow.
I know, don't you? Can you feel the love tonight?
From you.
Oh, sassafras, you got dirty. What a shocker. Now sit down and let me teach. All right, are we good?
No.
You are offensive.
Allison, we're going to let you catch up. All right, let's take a look at a composite number. And I want to look at finding those factors again. All right, now pay attention. Let's go to 24. Now, you're pretty much guaranteed with 24 that you have a composite number because it's even. Every even number can be divided by 2. That means it is divisible by 1 and 24, right? So I know that 1 times 24 makes 24. And again, it's even. It ends on a 4, which is even. So I know 2 times something, specifically 12, makes 24. So again, if it is an even number, you're pretty guaranteed. If it's an odd number, I know you guys were kind of looking for, okay, if it's odd, it's prime. It does not work that way. That's why I was just kind of, you're like, but they're all odd. They're maybe, but not every odd number is prime. So we need to take a look at them. Now, again, what's my next step for finding factors of 24? What number do I look at next? I did 1, I did 2. What's next? Sassafras? 3 is correct. Will 3 go into 24? Now let's do this. Hang on 1 second.
We have 1 more minute.
Freeze 1 second. Freeze 1 second. Let me look at our schedule. Lunch, recess, then you have art. Okay, let's do this.
We have library.
Oh, I'm sorry. My class has art. Okay, listen. What I want you to do is this. I want you... All right, so let's keep going here. We were factoring 24. So we are in the process of walking through all the numbers that can be multiplied to make 24. So as we walk through, we went through 1, 2. Next up will be 3. Okay? So real quick, I know that I can divide a number by 2 what? If that number is what? How do I know just by looking at a number that 2 will go into it? Somebody help me out here.
Oh, wait.
Ashton's been answering everything. Somebody else help me.
Oh.
Jacob Luzano. No.
What did you say?
How, if I give you any number, 15, will 2 go into 15?
No.
Why not? Because why?
Because it's not a prime number.
Okay, that's a good guess. Sassafras?
I was just wondering if we had to cross out that one, the 24 one.
Nope, we're working on it right now.
Oh, okay.
Because why? Eden? Why can't I divide 2 into 15 evenly? Because it's an odd number. So I know a 2 will go in if it's an even number. It has to be an even, you know what, let me just write even number. And it doesn't matter how big your number is, the last digit. If the last digit is like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, you can divide 2 into it. Now here is a clue about 3s. So you can, now I'm going to just tell you this. If it doesn't make sense or if it confuses you, forget about it. But if it helps you, then good, okay? Now, if I look at 24 and I ask myself, will 3 go into 24 evenly? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add digits, okay? And add them up, right? And if they are a multiple of 3, it can be divided. Now, go ahead and just write that down, and I'm going to show you what I mean. It's very simple. Yeah. Well, we just had lunch and recess and library, and she's drinking a soda. So lay off your soda for a little bit and just try to chill out in here where it's cool, and let's see how you feel, okay? All right. So is everybody good here?
No.
Write it down for me.
Is that a check mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if a number can be divided evenly by 3, you will figure that out by adding up the digits of the number. And if they equal a multiple of 3, then I can divide it by 3 evenly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in 1 second. And again, if this is weird to you, like the other class, it's like half the class was like cool, the other half was like, this is crazy, I don't get it, then don't worry about it. Okay? I'm just going to throw stuff out there to see if it helps. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Look, see most of you. Now, look, here's your example. Okay? So I've got the number 24. Y'all with me?
Yes.
Now, the digits for 24 are 2 and 4. Agreed? So to write the number 24, I've got 2 and 4. So when I say add the digits, this is what I'm talking about. Add the digits that are in your number. Yeah. Yeah, please. What is 2 plus 4? Sassafras? It equals 6. So here's my question. Is 6 a multiple of 3? 3, 6. Then yes, 3 will go into 24. Now 3 times 7 is 21. So I'm going to say 3 times 8 is 24. Now, you may look at 24 and automatically think, okay, 3 times 8. If you have your facts down that well, awesome. But these are just little tricks that I can look at 24 and say, okay, 2 plus 4 is 6. Yes, I know 3 will go into it. That way, if I do need to divide, let's say it's a 3-digit number. What if it was like 369? And I want to know, can 3 divide into that? Well, 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 9 is 18. And that's a multiple of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide 3 into 369. It's worth my time, right? I know one way or another if I should. It's just a time saver, okay? Again, if it helps you, great. If it doesn't, throw it in the trash. All right, so I did 1, I did 2, I did 3. What about 4? Will 4 go into 24? So again, now there is a 4's trick, and these are what we call divisibility rules, okay? I'm going to print them out. I'm going to make some small ones for you guys to put in your journals. Some of them, like there's a 4's trick and a 6's trick. I think there might even be one for 8, but to me, they're too complicated.
9.
So, yeah, the nines are, we also know, like, there's a 9's trick for sure. But I am not, I don't like them. I just think they're complicated, so I'm not going to get into them. But if I look at 4, and I'm thinking through my multiplication facts, and I'm thinking 4 times what gets me close to 24? Well, we are all pretty good with our 5s, right?
Yes.
4 times 5 is 20. 4 more is 24. That tells me that 4 times 6 equals 24. Now, remember we talked about this is a list of all your factors of 24. So we start right up here at the top, and we are going around in a little U. And this is, starting from the top and going around, should be your factors in order. Now, what I have in between 4 and 6 is a 5. 5 is not going to go into 24. Why? Because 5, it has to end in a 0 or 5. Okay? If it doesn't end in 0 or 5, 5 will not go into it evenly. Okay? Just a little reminder on that. You probably knew that one already. So I know 5 is not going to go into 24, and then I'm at 6. So I'm done. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5 does not work.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What is that arrow U for?
So this is what I'm saying. I'm starting here, and I'm going in this direction, and those are my facts in order. So if I say, okay, the factors of 24, these are all the numbers that multiply something else and equal 24. They're all the factors. Every single one of these numbers will divide evenly into 24. That's what we're getting a list of.
Oh,
So
arrow is like...
So we're going in this direction, right? This direction. And as I follow, I write mine out like this on purpose because I don't have to wonder, did I miss something? I don't have to think of them randomly and then try to put them in order. I can look at my list and I start here and I say 1, 2, 3, 4. We know 5 doesn't work. 6, 8, and then I'm at 6, 8. Now I could check 7 real quick. But 7 times 3 is 21. Another 7 would be 28. It doesn't work, right? So I know that my factors are 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can just write them in this order. So I go down and around. And guys, those are all your factors. And they are in order. And they are tidy. And you probably, if you're doing this correctly, if you are going number by number, you probably haven't missed any. Okay? Because we took it slowly up until, like, we try to go at least through 9. Okay? Any questions about this? Yeah.
So that's the reason why we did the 24, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Yes.
8, 12, 24, because we went 1, 2, 3, 4, skipped 5 because 5 couldn't work.
Yes.
6, 8.
So we are slowly going through each number, each of the main digits of like 1 through 9, and we are figuring out which of those numbers goes into our 24. And these are all the factors. Now, again, let's review. We talked about multiples first. The multiples were a list of numbers that we used based on the beginning number, and we would add on to it, right? Add that number to it. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Are y'all with me? The factors are, and again, a factor is the numbers that are being multiplied together. All the factors of 24 are listed right here, and we made them through this little U slide, okay? We start with 1, and we go up, one by one, check the numbers to make sure we have all of the factors. Allison with an E, do you have a question?
Yeah. So what is the thing at the end of 5? Like
this is 0 or 5. So that's just your reminder. If I look at any number, and I'm thinking, okay, is 5 a factor of 24? It's not. Because 5 only goes into numbers that end in 0 or 5. Okay? Now you think about the multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They all end in a 5 or a 0. Okay? So I know a number will not be evenly divided, sassafras, by 5 unless it ends in a 0 or a 5. Okay? That's what this is. So the number has to end in 0 or 5. Then I know 5 goes into it. Any other questions about that? These are all very good questions. How do we feel about the factoring? Give me a thumbs up if you're like, woohoo, let's do it. In the middle, if, okay, I'm with you. I want to do it some more. I want to practice more. Or thumbs down if you have no clue.
I'm in between.
Okay. Well, quit talking and turn it around and write all the notes down because you haven't been writing nothing I've been saying since we got back.
I have all of that.
You do? Uh-huh. Except a big chunk of it. Okay, so some of y'all are back and forth. Hey, and that's okay. It's a lot, but we're gonna practice it some more. Let's see. Okay, let's do. Whoops. Let's do this. All right. So let me give you guys a few. Let me see how you do here. Let's do multiples of 7. All right, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multiples of 7. Okay. I want you to tell me prime or composite. Okay, you'll just write the word for number 32. Is 32 prime or composite? Okay. And then I want you to list the factors of 32. Okay, so that'll look like this.
Wait, so what does it mean by multiplies of
multiples?
7?
The multiples.
7.
All right.
So we have to count by 7.
So let's take a look at this and see what we got. Now for multiples of 7, raise your hand if you can tell me what you put. Jordan, what'd you put? Yes.
Like 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35.
Yeah.
7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. Is that what you got, Eden? Okay.
Wait, 7 what?
It's on the wall. It's on the board. It's on the wall. Okay. Did we decide? And maybe we should have switched this around. Maybe we should have done number 3 next, and then this question is number 3. Okay. But what did we decide about 32? Is it prime or is it composite? Anna Banana, what'd you put for this one?
Composite.
She put composite. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Everybody else agree? Jordan, you agree? Okay.
But isn't it composite because you can do 1 times 32 and then 2 times 16?
Yes, sir. And that's great. Thank you for that reminder. He's saying, like we said earlier, if a number is even, it's composite because definitely 2 can go in it. 1 in the number and then 2 times whatever. So you know it's not prime if it's an even number. All right, so number 3 was listing the factors of 32. So let's walk through this. Okay. So we start with 1 times 32. Now the next question is, I'm going to keep going down the line, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it, right? I'm going to keep going down to see what numbers will go into 32. Now, will 32, can I take 32 and divide it by 2 evenly? Yes, I know I can because it ends in an even number. So I know that I can take 2 times, now, what is it, Eden?
16.
She got 16, that is correct.
Save lollipop.
Now, next, well, I've got 1, I've got 2, now I'm looking at 3. So my shortcut says 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, and 5 is not a multiple of 3, so I'm not even going to mess with 3. Okay? However, if you are looking at these and you're just not sure, you're going to be over here doing this. Okay? That might be what you have to do. Or you're thinking, okay, 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. You might be thinking through your multiples of 3 all the way up, okay? You're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that 3, that you know for sure if 3 goes into 32 or not. What about 4? Will 4 go into 32?
Yes.
Eden, how many times?
8.
4 times 8 is 32. She is correct. What about 5?
Yeah.
No, right? Remember our shortcut. If a number is divisible by 5, if I can divide 5 into it evenly, it has to end in a 0 or a 5. Okay? Period. What about 6?
No.
How do you know for sure?
Because
Yeah.
because if you count by 6, it's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
30, 36. Yeah, so 6 does not work, and I'm at 8. So am I done?
Wait, what about 9? No.
Well, 9 would have to fit in between 16 and 8, right? But hey, listen, double check it though. You could also say 7, but 7 times 4 is 28, right? Then we've got 8. Now 9, you've got 9, 18,
36.
36, so it does not work. So, are you done?
Oh, yes.
Yes, you are. So remember, we're going to go in this direction, right? Boom, boom, boom. This is how we are looking for our factors. So when I have to list the factors of 32,
I'll say it.
I've got 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. That should be just about everything. Okay? How do we do on this? Did anybody get it? Did anybody get all the factors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got some? You got them?
Oh, I got.
Yeah. You did. Perfect.
I got.
You got them. Okay.
Are we done now? No.
Don't be a crybaby.
I still don't understand.
We're going to do some more. Hey, listen. When I tell you that this is important, I'm not playing. This is, you need to be able to figure these factors out. It's going to be happening forever.
Is this the most important thing of our life?
It's no, Jesus is the most important thing in your life.
Being at school.
Academically, no. Jesus. Knowing the Bible
Oh yeah.
is even more important than math.
Wait. So can I just read the Bible?
English is important though, but math is importanter.
Can an odd number be a composite? Yes. No. Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. 21 is odd. 3 times 7. All right. So, hey, we have a little bit more time. Listen, we got no 3 time. You know what? Okay. I'm going to give you some free time. I will. But listen.
Still recording.
Listen, dog. Okay. Goodbye.